Well, here we are, just days before the NFL draft, and we're going to have an AI do the first round, and then as it goes, I do have it set on slow speed, and we'll talk about it. So, first on the clock will be the Carolina Panthers, and they're going to take CJ Stroud. Means the Houston Texans take Bryce Young, Will Anderson to the Cardinals, Anthony Richardson to the Colts. By the way, this is going to be assuming no trades, which it's not realistic, but it's just what's going to happen with this. Miles Murphy at 5, Christian Gonzalez 6, Paris Johnson Jr. 7, Jalen Carter goes down to 8, Broderick Jones at 9. That's interesting. Devin Witherspoon at 10. Really? Tyree Wilson at 11, Jordan Addison at 12, Peter Skoronski at 13, Khalil Ringo at 14, Will Levis at 15. What is this thing doing? Deontay Banks at 16, Jackson Smith and Jigba at 17, Lucas Van Ness at 18, Bijan Robinson at 19, Brian Branch at 20, Isaiah Foskey at 21, Joey Porter Jr. at 22, Cam Smith at 23, Dalton Kincaid at 24. Why is that Jacksonville's picks? That's supposed to be the Cowboys' pick. Anton Harrison at 25. 26 is the Cowboys. Brian Brees, Nolan Smith at 27. Michael Mayer at 28. Mayer went after Kincaid? Jesus. That was a... Okay, we're going to review that. Also, I didn't quite finish. There was just way too much going on there. So there are actually 4 trades. Nolan Smith at 27, Michael Mayer at 28, Trenton Simpson at 29, Darnell Wright at 30, and Quentin Johnston at 31. That was a trade. Okay, so the first trade was at pick 18, who I believe is the Lions. So the Lions traded with the Saints. Saints traded with the Lions, however you want to say it. 21, I don't remember who that's supposed to be. The Buccaneers made the playoffs, so I feel like that would almost just be their pick. Nolan Smith at 27. Well, you see, okay, so they must have traded back into the first round. Meyer at 28. They missed the playoffs, so they must have traded back. Trenton Simpson, here's that pick 29. I don't know why they had 18, or unless they traded 18 and that put him out of the first round, and then they traded back into the first round. Darnell Wright at 30. Jesus. I don't... Okay. I think if I click these, we'll understand these trades. Okay, so the Saints got 18. The Lions got 29 and 40. Okay. Okay, so the Buccaneers got pick 21 from the Chargers, but had to give up pick 50 and Devin White. Okay. Oh, Bijan and then Isaiah. Okay. Let's see. The Houston Texans got 27, and the Bills got 33 and a second rounder next year. Michael Mayer here. Let's see. The Packers got pick 28. The Bengals got 45, 78, and 116. All right, so the Lions, they're making their pick at 29. And they had pick 40 as well. Okay. Let's see. Then you have Darnell Wright, who the Titans traded up to 30. They get 41. The Eagles do, and a second round pick next year. So it's 2 seconds for pick 30. That's not terrible. So that is interesting. It did have a few trades here. So, I mean, standard stuff. C.J. Stroud, I'm fine with that. Bryce Young, I'm fine with that. Will Anderson, I'm fine with that. Anthony Richardson, yep, cool. Miles Murphy, I've seen a variation for him, but I don't know. I don't know if I would take Miles Murphy over a guy like Tyree Wilson or Jalen Carter in that case, but that's fine. Not a huge issue with that. Christian Gonzalez at 6, not a huge issue with that. Paris Johnson Jr., offensive tackle. I know they have one good offensive tackle, Colton Miller, I believe his name is. So the fact that they drafted Paris Johnson, I guess he could play the other side, whether it be left or right tackle. Jalen Carter at 8, not much issue with this. Atlanta Falcons, they've needed help on defense for years. Broderick Jones, help for Justin Fields, so that's not an issue. So the first confusing pick that I found here was Devin Witherspoon at 10. This may have been just the best player available right here, but like, why did you need to draft a corner when you have Slay, Bradbury? I'm pretty sure Maddox is your slot. I don't really understand this pick here. Tyree Wilson, I have no issues with this. Edge guy, they cut Bud Dupree, so no issues. Jordan Addison, frankly, I would have taken Jackson Smith-Njigba, so I don't have an issue with the position of the wide receiver. It's just, was that the right wide receiver to take? Peter Skoronski, no issues here. Offensive line, he can play guard or tackle. Khalil Ringo, this was a confusing one for me. Joey Porter Jr. is still on the board, and I'd probably take him over Ringo. So, I mean, again, the position, fine. It's just the player. This is where everything got thrown out of whack. Will Levis, quarterback Kentucky, to the Green Bay Packers at 15. This in no way, shape, or form would ever happen. Like, do you want to get Jordan Love a backup if he does not have one already? Yes. Don't spend a first-round pick on it. Either sign a veteran or draft a guy in, either maybe the 3rd round or day 3. Like, don't do this. So that, just no. 16, Deonte Banks. Again, Joey Porter Jr. is on the board. So, could this happen? Yeah. Position-wise, yeah, definitely. But I just don't know. 17, Jackson Smith-Njigba. I don't mind the wide receiver at 17, though I don't know if this AI has factored in the Allen Robinson trade. So at that point, you have Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Jackson Smith, Allen Robinson, and Calvin Austin III. That's a bit of a loaded room. And at that point, your first round pick is fighting for playing time. I don't think that that's a smart pick. Lucas Van Ness, edge, Iowa. Saints need help on defense. I don't have a huge issue with this. 19, Bijan Robinson. No issue. The Buccaneers, they cut ties with Leonard Fournette. Ronald Jones is no longer there. I know they have the rookie from last year, White, but maybe you do get a guy like a Bijan Robinson to help out Baker Mayfield. Brian Branch, safety, Alabama, no issue with this. Isaiah Foskey, edge, Notre Dame, help on defense, no issues. Joey Porter, again, you have Marlon Humphrey, you have Marcus Peters. Do you really need Joey Porter here? Or would you be better served getting a tight end maybe? But Mark Andrews is so good. It's like, okay, say you don't draft the tight end. I know you just lost Calais Campbell. Do you get a defensive lineman? Do you get another weapon for Lamar? I know that there's not a lot of wide receivers after this point. Except probably Quentin Johnston. You could probably get him here or trade back a few spots and then get him. Cam Smith for the Vikings. They just need help altogether on defense. Dalton Kincaid. weapon for Trevor Lawrence. Anton Harrison. See, here, an offensive tackle from Oklahoma. Unless he's going to play guard, I kind of have an issue with this because you have Evan Neal and you have Andrew Thomas. Why are you drafting offensive tackle? Maybe if a wide receiver like Quentin Johnston's still on the board, you take him to give Danny Dimes a weapon, or I mean, maybe you get someone on the defensive line, like, say, a Brian Brees, who just got selected by Dallas, which I guess I don't have a huge issue with. More defense, more power to you. Though, at the same time, you did lose your tight end, Dalton Schultz. So maybe you should take Michael Mayer, who goes 2 picks later. Texans traded back up into the first round for Nolan Smith. I think this is a great move. At this point, Nolan's starting to fall. So this was a fantastic trade up right here to get a super athlete. Michael Mayer, like I just said, tight end. This is a weapon for Jordan Love. This pick I don't have an issue with. I got an issue with getting Will Levis, though. Lions, Trenton Simpson. This is just helping out your defense. So, the Lions, they take a corner, and then they take a linebacker. It's defensive needs, which they need. 30, Darnell Wright. I have no issues with this whatsoever. I'm pretty sure Taylor Lewan is no longer a Titan, so this is perfect. And Quentin Johnston, it's a wide receiver. Kansas City does not need much. They hit on a lot of their draft picks last year. So to get another wide receiver, yes, you did lose Juju. So, Quentin can just kind of step in, be another weapon for Patrick Mahomes. So, and obviously there's not 32 picks in this draft because the Miami Dolphins were forced to forfeit their first round pick as part of their punishment for talking to Tom Brady when they weren't supposed to be. So there are only 31 picks in the first round. So that is it. That is what the AI says the first round would be like. Now, I don't agree with some of the picks. Other picks, it's yes for that position, no for that player. But we shall see. Because, like I said, the draft is in just a few days. Thursday, April 27th is the draft. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on. And wait, before you exit this video, because it's the end, I will be live streaming during the NFL draft on my main channel's Twitch. So that's going to be twitch.tv/pit_steele_. I will leave a link for it in the description below. I'm going to be in the Discord with some of my friends. We're going to be watching the draft and talking about the picks. So go check that out on April 27th. I believe the draft starts, it's either 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock Eastern time. So look out for that. And again, thank you for watching. I'll see everyone in the next video.